Hey guys, it's Mike McKinstry here. I just had a big smallmouth chase my bait up right when I started this video. That's a good sign that what I'm about to tell you is good advice. So on today's episode of Squatch and Learn, I'm going to tell you guys my tips on how to use the wind for your advantage and catch more fish. So right now, I'm going against the wind, and this is my biggest tip for you, is always go against the wind first, especially when you're in a kayak and you got to work smarter versus working harder, and you want to save your energy and your effort. So I go against the wind first and go to my furthest point that I'm going to go, and then when I get to the point that I want to fish, I want to start fishing on my furthest point away from where I started, I turn my kayak around, and I do this works in bass boats too, or kayaks. I turn my kayak around so the wind will be at my back instead of at my face. I'll use the wind to guide me back. So the wind will blow me back. I'll use my rudder in my kayak to steer and just kind of navigate through the wind, and it takes a lot less effort that way. Also, it's really important to keep the wind at your back when you're fishing, because when you're casting, anybody who throws a bait caster knows this. If you cast into the wind, you're very likely to get some big nests up in your bait caster and get this thing all crazy. So it's good to have the wind at your back. The best way to have the wind at your back is obviously to go against the wind first and then work your way back into the launch, or work your way, against the wind first and back with the wind on your way out. Now this does two things. One, it helps my casting, obviously. I won't bird's nest as much. I get longer cast. The wind helps a lot for that. And two, it helps the bait move because I can let it sit and let the drifting do the work for me and just pop it along the bottom. Or right now I'm using a crankbait, so I can just pop the crankbait around and let the wind pull me. It makes everything easier though. Plus it helps you figure out where the predator fish are hiding behind structure. When it's windy out, it helps blow a lot of the bait fish and a lot of the things that the predator fish feed on, helps blow it over structure. My goal is to find where the bait fish are at and try to blend my bait in with the bait fish or with whatever they're feeding on, so I can get a better chance of getting a strike. Because the fish are going to be wherever they're feeding. The fish are going to be wherever the prey are. And the prey are going to be moving constantly, and so are the predators. So it's important to use a wind for your advantage. So a lot of the predator fish will kind of just hide behind structure, just wait for their bait fish their meal to be delivered, if you will. It's kind of like the Uber of Mother Nature. So the wind really helps you catch fish. So my biggest tip is put the wind at your back, cast with the wind, move with the wind. The wind is your friend when you're trying to catch fish, and it helps you in a lot of different ways. So I hope this little tip helps you catch more fish and put more fish in the boat.